Hey everybody, welcome to the World According to Me. It's your boy AJ Trip, at Trip to 20. So I got a lot of things going on now in my life. I've started a gaming channel, and I'm going to upload a video to that channel very soon. Just search A Trip to 20 Gaming. I'll have it up there. I'm going to do, basically what I'm doing there, I'm just going to do live streams of my games. I'm mainly a sports person, so you're going to see Madden, when NBA 2K17 comes out, they're going to have that. You're going to have WWE when that comes out. I have a baseball game, might see a little bit of baseball, especially with my Cubs going to the playoffs. Might want to play some Cubs on there, so do that. Also, DC Universe Online, we'll be doing streams of that. Also, we'll be doing streams of Call of Duty, not only the one that's out right now, Call of Duty 3 Black Ops, but the one that's coming out in the near future, the Infinite Warfare. So, and if you've seen the trailers for that, it looks sick. So, we're doing those live streams on that channel, and this channel is gonna be what I've been doing for the past 5 years. Just me talking about stuff that I like. I know last video I did was about the OJ thing, and I said at the end of that I was gonna try to do more of these. This hasn't worked out for me yet, just right now, but I'm still working on it. That's what I really want to do. I want right now. I just want to work on this. I want to try to get this to a point to where I'm doing this more often, and I'm doing my gaming more often, and so and hopefully we'll be doing that as my career. That's something that I really enjoy doing. But this video right here now that I'm doing is about the NFL and its upcoming season. So I started. I think I've done this the last couple years where I have a written blog, and I used to write it down, type it out. But I've decided now to do it visually, especially now that I'm gonna do this. I think the written blog if I continue the written blog, it's gonna be more personal, but my personal stuff that I go through. That I don't know if I feel comfortable telling it on camera where everybody can see, because I think my family could see this, but I don't know if my family really reads or even knows about the written blog. So, but yeah, so yeah, I'm really gonna stick to this, and I'm gonna do more of this with the NBA too. I should have did this for college football. I really should have, but maybe I get some college football thoughts. First weekend just happened. Maybe I'll give it to you at the end of this video as well. But so we're gonna get into the NFL. So I'm gonna give you my awards winners, my the teams that I think will win each division, the championship game scenarios for the AFC and NFC, the Super Bowl, things like that, and the record of my team, the Chicago Bears. Well, actually, let's start off with that. The Chicago Bears, right? They let go of Robbie Gould, 11-year player, and they just signed Josh Sitton. So I think that this is a great, it's a great signing. I think this is a great team, but I stopped myself. This is a great signing with Josh Sitton, but this is not a great team. I'm not expecting anything. As long as Jay Cutler is on this, is quarterback of this team, I don't expect them to do nothing. Absolutely nothing. They will be a middle of the road team or worse. I have them at 5-11, and I know that they're gonna play a Philadelphia team that now has Carson Wentz. They've traded Sam Bradford, and they're gonna play Dak Prescott in Dallas instead of Tony Romo. But I just there's no hope for me. I just don't think, and to be very honest with you, I kind of don't want the Bears to do well, because that probably means Jay Cutler's here again, and I'm so sick of him being our quarterback. But I think realistically, they're somewhere probably between 5-11 and 7-9, and I'm just gonna go on the 5-11 side of the squad. these Bears are not good, and I think that they might be the best 5-11 team, but that's kind of like saying you're the tallest little person, right? So, whatever. All right, so let's get to the whole NFL in itself. Let's go to the awards, right? So, my award winner for the most valuable player, Andy Dalton. And for those of y'all out there who don't like Andy Dalton, really, y'all need to stop it. You really do. Andy Dalton he's not elite, but he's in that second tier. And that second tier is damn good. He's damn good. He proved it last year. If he didn't get injured, who knows what Cincinnati would have done last year. So Andy Dalton is my MVP. My offensive player of the year. And I think my awards may preview my winners for the divisions. So, but my offensive player of the year, Blake Bortles. Surprise, right? He is going to be surprised. He had a great year last year, coming off his rookie year where he had the most turnovers in the league, and he still had a lot of turnovers. Does not get it twisted, but he played a lot better, way a lot better. And his two receivers, Hearns and Robinson, the Allen brothers, awesome combo. I think the combination of Ivory and Yeldon in the backfield, along with Denard Robinson as well, this team is going to be a very effective team. I think defensively they have a lot of talent. They could probably stop a lot of players too from teams. This is going to be, and I really just think that we're going back to offense because I'm getting into the whole other thing now. But I think going offensively, he's going to be put up magic numbers. I think if he stays healthy, he's going to put up like 44, 100 yards passing. He's going to have 30, 30, maybe 40 touchdowns passing. And I think he'll get back to not turning the ball over. And I think he may have something like 12, maybe even 14 interceptions. So I think he's going to be a fantastic player this year. Defensive player of the year, listen, it's until someone shows me, someone does otherwise, it's J.J. Watt. It does either. He has a back injury. He will be sacking Jay Cutler all day Sunday. But I think until someone else steps up, there's gonna be guys that I think that will challenge him. I definitely think that's Patrick Peterson in Arizona. I think will challenge him. I think you may even see like Olivia Vernon from New York. He may challenge him for Defensive Player of the Year. I think there's a lot of people that will challenge him for Defensive Player of the Year, but I think it's gonna be J.J. Watt. I just think it is. The Offensive Rookie of the Year. Now I went back and forth because I had three people in mind. Dak Prescott, who obviously he would play most of the season. Ezekiel Elliott and Will Fuller of Houston Texans. Because I expect the Houston offense to be very effective, especially with him going deep. They showed it in the preseason game against Arizona. I think he's gonna open it up for the Houston Texans. But I decided on Ezekiel Elliott because I just think they're gonna do what they did a couple years ago. They're gonna run it on first down. They're gonna run it on second down, and if it's 3rd and 3 or less, they're gonna run it again. You know what I'm saying? So I think they're gonna do it with Dak Prescott, and when Tony Romo comes back, they're gonna do it with Tony Romo. So I just said Ezekiel Elliott. He'll probably have 300 carries and 1,400 yards and maybe even like 15 touchdowns. So he's gonna be a major player for the Cowboys. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Jalen Ramsey, the cornerback for the Jacksonville Jaguars. They've also got Miles Jack, who could be a player as well, and then there are a lot of other players that could be defensive players as well. But I think Jalen Ramsey is going to shock. Well, he may not shock the world. Well, he may shock the world by how well he plays quickly. This may be a guy that he gets 5-6 interceptions in the first 5-6 games of the season. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm picking Jalen Ramsey as the Defensive Rookie of the Year. The Coach of the Year, I'm gonna go good Gus Bradley. Listen, I might as well just listen. There's no surprise now. I'm choosing the Jaguars as the winner of the AFC South. So, and I think if you're gonna do that, you're gonna have the offensive player of the year, you're gonna have a defensive rookie of the year, and you're gonna have the coach of the year. I just think that's the way it is. Now, last year, I thought the Eagles were gonna do something. I chose Sam Bradford as the MVP, and that totally went south on me. So this could, this is still a young team, and they still may not be ready for the big show. But I'm gonna choose them anyway. I think they can. I think they have a lot of talent, and I think they can get it done, especially in that division where everybody's improved. Everybody, I think they're gonna beat each other up, and they're not gonna win, like 10 or 12, 13 games. They're gonna win. It's 9-7. Other teams are gonna be 8-8, maybe 7-9, but they'll win the division. The comeback player of the year, I think most people are gonna think they're gonna pick Tyrann Mathieu. A couple people might pick Sam Bradford, if he plays well in Minnesota. But I'm picking Kelvin Benjamin of the Carolina Panthers. I think Carolina's still gonna be good. I think Cam Newton is gonna. He's still. I think he's elite. I know some people don't think. I think he's elite now, and I think he's an elite passer. He's an elite runner. And I think he's an elite overall quarterback. And I think he'll, with Kevin Benjamin back, I think he'll throw him a lot of balls. I think Kevin Benjamin will catch a lot of balls. And I think they'll be down, for whatever when it comes to the Carolina Panthers. So Kevin Benjamin is my comeback player of the year. Let's get into the divisions. So let's start in the AFC, right? So with choosing Andy Dalton as my MVP, there's no surprise that I'm choosing the Bengals to win the NFC North. Listen, the Steelers are the Steelers, and Ben Roethlisberger is a Hall of Famer, and Antonio Brown looks to be on his way there. And Mike Tomlin is a great coach, and I think they've got some defensive talent. But I just think the Bengals are the more talented, the better well-coached team, and I think, to be honest with you, I think Andy Dalton, like I said, I think if he's going to be the MVP, I think he's going to put them over the top, and he's going to beat those teams in that North, successfully. The South, again, the Jacksonville Jaguars, like I've said in the past, is just, I think that, they're not going to be at like 13 wins or anything like that, but I think they'll get, 9 wins, and I think that's good enough to win the division, and I think they'll, because I think the team's going to beat each other up in that division, and I think they'll make it into the playoffs for the first time in a long time. The East, Tom Brady's suspended for 4 games. Adam Gase is trying to get Ryan Tannehill right. He's got talent, but he doesn't use it all the time. So I'm picking the Jets. And I know it's like, well, what did the Jets ever, show? But they played well. And if it wasn't, if they had it set up for them to make the playoffs, if they could have beat Buffalo last season, and let's face it, they kind of choked in that game. And there's nothing else you can say about that. But I think this year, especially with Tom Brady missing the first 4 games, I think there's a very good possibility the Patriots could be 1-3, maybe even 0-4, and they give the Jets maybe a 2 or 3 game lead in the division, the head start, and then they'll win 11 games, and the Patriots will win 10, and then and that's how Jets win the East. So there you go. The West. The Chiefs and the Raiders are, I think, the Chiefs are a fantastic team, fantastically coached. Alex Smith is so underrated, and Derek Carr for the Raiders is stepping up his game. They've got the triplets: Derek Carr, Latavius Murray, and Amari Cooper. Almost forgot him. And then they have like the defense, Khalil Mack, and all the other things on the defense. Even though Arlen Smith wants to smoke weed more than he wants to play football. But they still are very talented and very strong defensively as well. So I totally think that this could be an epic series for the for those 2 teams. But I'm choosing the Broncos, and I know the Broncos are starting Travis Simeon, a quarterback that has never started in an NFL game. He's the first Northwestern quarterback to start since Otto Graham in 1955, I believe. So this is it's I know you're putting a lot on his shoulders, but I think that defense is going to carry him. I think they're going to run the football. I think you still have Demaryius Thomas. You still have what's his face, Emmanuel Sanders. Do they have Vernon Davis? I'm not sure they have Vernon Davis at tight end because they traded for him last year. But if they have Vernon Davis, that's another weapon as well. So I definitely think that they're winning game. This might be again where all 4 teams, including San Diego, which listen, we have Phillip Rivers, you have a chance. So all 4, they may beat up on each other, and the Denver Broncos may be 9-7, just like the Jacksonville Jaguars, but they'll make the playoffs. So those are the 4 division winners, 2 wild card teams. I'm going with the Steelers and the Raiders. I just think that, like I said about the Steelers, I think we have Ben Roethlisberger and you have Antonio Brown and you have Le'Veon Bell. With all that offensive talent, they're going to put up points. They're going to win games. The defense is getting better. I don't think they'll stop a lot of people, but I think that offense would outscore teams. And I think they're going to make it. And then the Raiders, I think it's just their time. I think it's time for the Chiefs, especially with Justin Houston, start on pup list. I think they're going to step it back a little bit, and I think the Raiders will step up a little bit, and I think they'll beat out the Patriots, and they'll beat out and that's the biggest one, because they're like, are they going to beat out the Patriots? Yeah, I think they're going to beat out the Patriots. Unbelievable. I just think with Tom Brady missing the first 4 games, this could be just this is going to be the year where Tom Brady got injured. When he got injured in that first game, they went 11-5 and lost. Now, I don't think they're going to go 11-5. I think they're going to go 10-6, 9-7. But I think like the Raiders will step up their game, so the Steelers will step up their game, and they'll go past them this year, and they will make the playoffs as a wild card team. So let's hit up the NFC North. It's the Packers for me. It was the Packers before Teddy Bridgewater got hurt. I just think now with Jordy Nelson back, if Aaron Rodgers healthy, although the loss of Josh Sitton may hurt them, Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback in the game right now, and I think that he'll do what he does: 42 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 5,000 yards passing, and he'll lead the Packers to like a 12-4, 13-3 record, and they'll be the toast of the town as they have been the past. Since they won in 2010. The South, I'm going to Carolina Panthers. I still think they're going to be good. I don't think they're going to be dominant as they were last year. You can't. No one's going to have 2 seasons back to back like that unless you're the 85 Bears and the 86 Bears. But I do think that they're going to be the best team in that division. They're going to be 12-4 probably, and they're going to be the class of that division. I really do think so. I think there's in everything here, between everything I'm talking about, pretends on injuries, because if injuries happen, then of course this stuff is going to happen. But if they stay healthy, I think they're going to be dominant again, 12-4, and they'll win the NFC South. I'm going to say NFC South. The NFC East. I'm going with the Washington team. I'm not going to use the nickname just because I don't want to offend anybody. But yeah. So I'm going to choose Washington. I believe in Kirk Cousins. I don't think last year was a fluke. They are going to make him prove it by Kirk Cousins playing on the franchise tag, but I don't think it was a fluke. I think he's going to be again a very adequate to above average to maybe even great quarterback this season, and I think they're going to win the division. I think especially now with Tony Romo down, New York Giants trying to come back up, and the Eagles are where they are. They're starting a rookie quarterback. I think they're basically maybe even trying. They're doing something weird where they're trying to win while help Wentz learn on the job. So that could be that could be something that you don't see, happen too often with a team like that, where they're trying to win while also bringing along a young quarterback. But again, I think with all that being said and everything that's happening in that division, just the Washington Redskins that are going to win. Oh, damn it! I said it, didn't I? It's the Washington team is going to win the NFC East. The NFC West, I'm gonna go to Seahawks. The Cardinals won the last, but I think the Seahawks gonna come back and they're gonna look, and Russell Wilson proved that he is more than just a running quarterback. Played from the pocket. Doug Baldwin proved he's more than just angry. He's actually talented. And I think Jeremy Shockey coming off, he's a good candidate. Not Jeremy Shockey. Well, listen, I can't think of his name right now. Hey, listen, everybody gotta forgive me. I'm old. I'm 35. I forget stuff. But the tight end who got hurt, Jimmy Graham. See, Jimmy Graham, he got hurt, but he's a good candidate for comeback player of the year. But I think they're gonna try to get him involved in the passing game, not only the running game. I think the running game is they have a two-headed monster, Christian Michael and Thomas Rawls. So I think they're gonna be back in it, and I think they're gonna be the NFC West champions. My wild card teams are the Cardinals. I just love what Bruce Arians does, and I think he's not gonna let that team stop. I don't know if Carson Palmer's going to play like he played last year, but I don't think they needed to anyway. I think the defense is going to be pretty good, and I think they're just going to they're going to beat people down. And I think this might be what a thing where it's where the Bears were in 2010, not 2001. If you remember 2001, the Chicago Bears were 13-3. 2 losses to the Green Bay Packers, and 1 loss at the very first game against the Baltimore Ravens. So I think that may happen in this division, where you see the Seattle Seahawks lose twice to the Cardinals, but they'll win the division. Unbelievably, kind of strange. I think that might happen in this year. And the other wild card team is the Buccaneers. I believe that with talking to Cowboys, talking about the Minnesota Vikings, and talking about anybody else. I just think the Buccaneers are going to step their game up. And Jameis Winston, I think this may be what Jameis Winston shows the world why he was the number 1 draft pick. He had a great year as for his rookie year, and he may surpass it this year. May not throw for as many yards, may not throw for many touchdowns, but he may play out of his mind, and I think he'll lead them to the wild card. So let's jump to the championship games, AFC and NFC. For the NFC, actually I'm gonna say for the AFC, I have it written down wrong. The AFC. I have the Broncos 21, Cincinnati Bengals 27. Listen, guys, if I'm gonna pick Andy Dalton as my MVP, I might as well pick the Cincinnati Bengals as my Super Bowl team. It's just gonna happen. Cincinnati's, guess what, y'all? Y'all going to the Super Bowl for the 3rd time in team history. So that's according to me. The NFC teams, the Seattle Seahawks 23, the Green Bay Packers 33. Now listen, it hurts me. It hurts me to choose the Packers, but let's face it, they're a great team, and I just think I don't think Aaron Rodgers is only going to go to 1 Super Bowl in his career. I just don't think so, and I think this year is his time to go again. With everybody back on target, back on track, I think they're going to lead him to the Super Bowl. So now my Super Bowl, the Cincinnati Bengals and the Green Bay Packers. Super Bowl 51, Houston, Texas. Who you got, Dre? The Green Bay Packers 24, Cincinnati Bengals 30, in the first overtime in Super Bowl history. MVP, obviously Andy Dalton. So there you go. My preview and predictions of the 2016-2017 NFL season. So, I really do think that I'm not one to just, just to say things just for effect. I do like picking underdogs, and I do like rooting for them. But I just do believe that it's Green Bay's time and Cincinnati time. I think it's time for Andy Dalton to earn even more respect, make him an elite quarterback, and I think put him in that national television spotlight, and have him beat the Green Bay Packers in Houston, Super Bowl 51, for the title. So. Okay, so I mentioned earlier about the college football season. So I don't necessarily have a prediction about who's going to be in the Final Four playoffs. It's so wacky and weird, you can't really predict it. But I would say that Houston beating Oklahoma was, it was shocking, and it was good because, I think we need Houston in these playoffs. And listen, we have a playoff, and that's great, but we need to do something else. This needs to be an 18-team or an 8-team or a 16-team playoff. This is really what this needs to be. So I am now rooting for Houston the rest of the way to go undefeated. Hopefully they get one of those 4 spots, and hopefully they'll even go to the championship. When it comes to college, I have 4 teams. My 4th team is the Illinois Fighting Illini. My 3rd team is Northern Illinois Huskies. I have the 2nd team of the Northwestern Wildcats, and my main team is the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Now I did not go to any of these colleges. I never went to a university, anything like that. But I've just been watching Notre Dame since I was a young kid. So Notre Dame is my team, and the fact that they crapped the bed on Sunday, you can't lose to Texas. I don't care about any new offense, or any new offensive coordinator, or any new this, or any new that. You cannot lose to Texas. You just can't. And he did. So now you have to run the table. You have to go 11-1. And even if you go 11-1, I came up with the scenario, right? A lot of people saying Notre Dame's still in it. Okay, so let's say this, right? Notre Dame. Let's take 6 teams. Let's take 6 teams. Let's take Alabama, and let's say Alabama's undefeated, 12-0, right? So let's take Ohio State. Ohio State is 11-1. Their only loss is to Oklahoma. Let's take Oklahoma, who's 11-1. Only loss is to Houston. Let's say Michigan. Michigan's 11-1. Only loss to Ohio State. Clemson is undefeated, 13-0. I should say Alabama's 13-0 too, because they have 10 championship games. 12-1 for Ohio State. Notre Dame, 11-1. Their loss, Texas. The committee is going to look at that and say, okay, so let's see. We got 2 undefeated teams. They're going to go in, right? So we got Houston, and even though Houston is going to be undefeated, we know the prejudice that they have against those non-Power 5 conference teams. We know the prejudice. So even if they go undefeated, if you've got 2 undefeateds, and you've got Ohio State, Michigan, Oklahoma, and Notre Dame, with 1 loss, they're not going to take Houston. They're just not. I hope they would, and they should, but they're not, which is why we need an 18-team playoff. I keep saying 18-team. It's an 8-team playoff. So let's focus on those four, right? Ohio State, Oklahoma, Michigan, Notre Dame. Who's got the worst loss? More than likely, Notre Dame. Because I don't think Texas is gonna go 11-1 or 10-2. They're gonna be 7-5, 6-6, even with all that mumbo jumbo that they're doing down there. Notre Dame out of the playoff. Out of the playoffs again. I mean, you had this year is perfect for you. It was perfect for you. I mean, the way they do their schedule now, since now they kind of do the ACC thing, they play 5 ACC teams. You played Michigan State, Stanford, and USC. All good teams, but teams that you can beat. And they lost to Texas. It breaks my heart because Notre Dame really needs to get back on top, and they really need to get back to being Notre Dame, where they just mollywop people, and and the fact that they lost to Texas, unreal. Just not gonna happen. All right, so I think I'm done ranting about the college football in Notre Dame. But I'm glad that we got football back not only on Saturdays but on Sundays, and we got a football game coming up in 2 days on Thursday. This is the best time of year. Football's back. It starts to get cold. It's a wonderful thing. So, hey, listen. So once again, I've got a new gaming channel that will be up and running very soon. It is already up and running, but I'm gonna start doing videos very soon. Maybe even tonight, if the PlayStation will start messing up and start working. But yeah, so I'm gonna do a video for that. Just letting everybody know about that, and you can get that on my channel. Just search A Triplet Gaming. It should come up. And this is your boy Andre Triplet, AJ Trip, whatever you want to call me. I have to do these names. I guess if my thing is A Triplet 20, I guess maybe that's what I should call myself. It's A Triplet, but I kind of like AJ Trip. I think that's better. Now when I was trying to do radio, that was gonna be my radio name, AJ Trip. So I think I'm gonna stay with that. It's your boy. The word according to me, AJ Trip. So I think that's why I'm gonna go do it. So everybody, be good to each other, y'all. I'll talk to you later.